Greetings and salutations and welcome to another edition of the YouTube channel Too Many Plugins. I'm your host Alex. Today we're gonna build ourselves an operating system, an Ubuntu version. We're gonna start off by showing you how to do it, but first of all let me explain why we want to actually do that. There can be several reasons for that, but the nicest thing of this is you can basically mix different operating systems with different applications and different low latency drivers, and also desktop environment. So you can, for example, say, well, I like very much Ubuntu, which is the xfce edition, but I would like to have that then with all the applications and the low latency driver of Ubuntu Studio. Or you want the Linuxmint xfce edition, but then you want to have Ubuntu Studio with everything on top of it. Now you can go very far by even changing your desktop environment, but you can also basically mix and match stuff together. But what you can also do is basically create yourself an installation that is completely for your needs. So what you can do also, you can also keep it very simple. That's what the first one we're going to do over here. We're going to just basically grab, in this case we're going to do Lubuntu. I did already Linuxmint xfce edition, and what I've done there, I've added all the applications, all the settings, the low latency drivers, and all the stuff from Ubuntu Studio, which is KDE Plasma. And like that we get a very smooth running operating system that runs on the xfce edition, which is very lightweight, but we get all the functions, the low latency driver, all the apps and programs from Ubuntu Studio. And that's basically the idea of this. You can even go farther by changing desktop papers and all sorts of stuff like that, and you can even change to the desktop environment. I've done it already with Linuxmint 22, the latest version. And then I've added there the low latency driver and all actualized everything, upgraded everything, updated everything, put all the applications there already pre-installed. Also some privacy things, extra browser and stuff like that, all on the xfce edition of Linuxmint. So basically what you get is you get Linuxmint xfce, or you get Ubuntu basically, but then with the Mint look, and then with all the plugins, applications, DAW and apps from Ubuntu Studio with the low latency kernel, everything already updated in one installer. So that's an ISO of 6.8 gigabytes. In the description of the video you can download it from my Google Drive if you want to run it from a pen, or you want to install it on your computer. I have it over there. Also the MD5 checksum in it, so then you can run it yourself on a pen, straight from a USB pen or from an external hard drive, or permanently install it in your computer. Preferably alone. You can also do it dual boot, multi-boot with Windows, but then I advise you to do it on a separate hard drive. There you go. So we have already Lubuntu over here downloaded. We're gonna now just set it up for we're gonna use Cubic to do this, and then through the command line in a virtual environment we're gonna create ourselves a custom, well, first of all installation, and also like a very particular version in this case is Lubuntu, so that's the LXQT edition. Check the next video, and I will also put a link later on under this video where you can also then download, when I'm finished with this one, the LXQT edition. There's already a link now for Linuxmint xfce edition with all the studio applications. So that's audio production, visual production, and photography with low latency driver, all within an ISO that you can run from a pen or permanently install. So there you go. Let's go. We go here to the command line. Cubic we cannot run as administrator this. So here we are with the custom Ubuntu ISO creator. Let me just throw this out, by the way. There you go. We're going to select a project. So the select a project is the directory where you're going to work, where you're going to put the temporary files and the last ISO with the MD5 checksum. So there you go. A new Cubic project will be created using this directory. Then you click next. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to choose the source. When we use a source, what we want to do is we want to look for preferably an Ubuntu version, and not all work. Ubuntu Studio doesn't work if I use it directly. I've tried also MX Linux, didn't work also, but Ubuntu worked without any issue whatsoever. Linuxmint worked without any issue whatsoever. And now we're gonna try this one. MX Linux I couldn't. Oh yeah, and Zorin worked also without any issue. That one I will need to remake it, because I put it on a pen, but by accident I forgot to save the ISO. So, but that one I'm still gonna do in a separate video, how you can make yourself a custom Zorin OS disk. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna choose that is Lubuntu, so the LMQT desktop we're gonna work with. Select to open it, so that's Lubuntu. Okay, then over here the custom disk, we can give it here some names, so we're gonna take here these letters away over here, and then we're gonna go through 24.01, then we leave the dash over there, and we do audio visual studio edition. So let me just put some sorry about that, put some of these between it, forgot that, prefer to do that, maybe that will give some issues. And over here also we're going to take also these letters over here, the LTS, just here, then the date, nobody needs the date, we leave 0.1, and then we do okay, this one cannot be that long. That's my mistake. So we do this audio visual studio AVS long-term support edition. So that's sort of a remix, we call it. A remix, LTS, audio visual studio remix. Okay, this name, audio visual remix, also custom. Well, we don't need this here in the back over here. Disk name, I don't like that disk name. So we just take this away over here. So we got just Lubuntu 24.04.1 AVS edition. So that's audio visual studio remix LT. Okay, so we got here upload the read description. Okay, this is what we got here. The version number is here also. So we got all the files here good. The release says it's custom noble numcat anyway, so that's why I could take it away over here. So that's where we're gonna. So our base is now a Lubuntu LMQT edition. If this is gonna work, I don't know, because this is based on a very special version of Ubuntu. Most versions run GNOME, KDE or xfce edition. This is running LMQT or something, LMQX, so that is a different version. So if this is going to work, I don't know. Let's give it a try. We'll go to next and let him analyze the disk. Okay, he could analyze the disk. That looks already good. If you cannot analyze the disk, then you know immediately you're running there with a Ubuntu version or a Debian version or something that is not compatible. Okay, so now we got the base over here. So first, what we're going to do is going to do sudo opt get update. Oh. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is sudo opt get and then install. And then we're just going to write some stuff over there. That's VLC we're gonna start with. Then we're going to do Ardour. We're going to do Ardour. We're going to do LMMS. we're gonna do dark table. We're gonna do Inkscape. We're gonna do, so okay, these ones we're gonna first install. I'm not gonna do too many in one time to not corrupt it. Okay, now we're gonna do again sudo get update. Okay, now we're gonna just check what we installed over here. So the dark type one in Inkscape. Okay, so now we're gonna do Blender. And I'm gonna do LibreOffice. I'm gonna do Pix. I'm gonna do Synfig. We're gonna do MIXXX. I'm gonna do OB. Those ones I should actually do separate. We're gonna do these ones separate. So we got here Blender, Pix, Sync, then we have Dark Table, we had already over there, Inkscape, we want to have a Caden Live, we want to have. We want to have Audacity, we want also, yeah, we do first these ones over. So Pixie could not install this one. There you go. I don't know if this is all going to work, but I hope you guys can understand what is the advantage of this. We can create ourselves a complete desktop with a different environment, with easier workflow for you, or a lower resource of, like now we're using LMTQ, which is very low desktop environment, just as xfce. The original Ubuntu Studio now uses KDE Plasma, which is a bit more heavy on resource. And also you can just make yourself like this an installation. You can put all the apps over there, so you have it on a pen or on a hard drive or something, or burn it on a CD, and you can then immediately in the future, just by one installation, you can put all the applications and all the programs that you use. You can just place like that straight on your computer back. So you're in 15 minutes, you are, instead of being hours there reinstalling all the apps separately, stuff like that. So you can do it even crazier, of course. You can even modify this even more, that the whole desktop environment and even the background pictures and stuff like that is already pre-configured. You can even make yourself a splash screen and even modify the bootloader. That's no issue to do whatsoever, but we're going to keep it simple in this one. Do some updates still. Okay, so we got already, what do we got already over here? We got Blender, Audacity, we got Autodoer, LMS, Darktable. Okay, so what we're gonna do now first is let me see what I have over here that we can still quickly put in here. See if I don't have Caden Live. OBS, I'm gonna do OpenShot Video Editor. That one I will do handy by myself. We do a simple screen recorder. Yeah, we do that. Blender we have already. We do So we install simple screen recorder. Okay, now do still the sudo update. Okay, I'm just gonna go here now to the website and see if I can find the same thing still. So here we're gonna go to open video editor and we're gonna install the latest version. So we're gonna add here a PPA. Then sudo update. And now we need this one over here. And you get basically this also, you get just immediately, if you do this well, you do also an upgrade within this, so sudo update and sudo upgrade, and you get the latest versions here through the PPAs and through the Flatpaks and stuff like that. You also get basically an installation. If you immediately install it, you almost don't get any updates. So there you go. So I have now, for example, an installation that I can literally in 15 minutes install on a fast PC. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I have all my applications, everything back there in the same installer. Even the Brave browser, I have even their Proton VPN, the mail, I have everything there in one go. So that's really nice. Do another update. Okay, so now we're gonna go to OBS. We go to OBS Studio. We get the PPA. Okay, so here we have the repositories. And do here the PPAs, paste text. So like this you get also the latest and the greatest you get. As many times in the normal distributions, the versions are all very old. But if you do this like I'm doing now, you'll get the latest versions of OBS Studio and of Open the Screen Broadcaster and all that kind of stuff. You know, you get the latest and the greatest versions. And if you then also do all the time sudo update and you make even an upgrade during this, you get basically, I have now a Linuxmint pen that today I sticked it in the computer. I installed and I didn't got any updates. Was also made today, so it can be tomorrow, a couple of days after you get already 1 or 2 updates. But it's really fast. What it normally takes me hours to put the computer completely back with the apps that I want, I can do now in 15 minutes with one pen. The file size is almost the same size as if you just download Ubuntu Studio. It's 7.5 gigabytes. This one is 6.8, but there's all the apps I need and all the apps I don't need. So the stuff I don't use in Ubuntu Studio is not there, you know. So it saves really time, and it saves space also. It's even a little bit smaller the way I've made it. But there you go. And then I'm running in a completely different desktop environment. Much more low on resources, so I'm not dealing with Ubuntu Studio now running on KDE Plasma, which is good, but it's quite heavy. It's just as GNOME and as KDE Neon, and you know, it's they're more heavy desktop environments. You know, depends also which version you are running, but hopefully this is going to work. So now we have the latest and the greatest driver of OBS Studio. Without then also need to go to the website and install the PPA and then install everything, you know. You can just like this do this in one swing. You have one package, that one installation on a pen or on a hard drive that or on a CD that you can just install, and you are ready to go, you know. Okay, now we do mix here also. We're going to get the latest and the greatest. So we go download mix, and then we put Ubuntu here, and then we'll put this PPA there also. Personal Package Assistant, or whatever that stands for. So and then I'm going to put the low latency driver there, or the low latency kernel over there also. We add to it, and then with a little bit of lock, it's going to work. And it's still on LMQT on Lubuntu. We have put it then, and but we get then all the applications and stuff from Ubuntu Studio basically. That's why I need to also still install. It's the Ubuntu Studio installer. We still do that also. And that's then a little application that you can even install even more programs that come really from Ubuntu Studio itself. And you can also there install then the low latency driver. So you can also use it in the future to basically update your stuff. So there you go. Yeah, let me go here now then. It's Ubuntu Studio. We have to go to Ubuntu Studio installer. Here it is. I have to put this this PPA there also. There it is. It's just an opt. Sorry, it's not a PPA. It's just an opt. Now you can also do things like if you're really more advanced, want to go really crazy, really mental, then there's a program in Linux that you can make yourself a grub loader. So you can, there's the installation thing of Ubuntu itself or of Linuxmint or whatever. You can even alter that with your own logo and your own pictures. And you can also do that the login screen then gets also your own logo there. And that the desktop picture is also with your own, so you can make it basically your own distribution. You can even do it for a shop or something, for a computer shop that have then their own Linux version within the installer, the logo of the shop, and then on the desktop the logo of the shop or of a school or something, or you know, some club or something, you know. So yeah. Some organization. So there you go. Where we are, yeah, we are over there. So we have that already done also. That's then done also. Let's do sudo update still. And now we're gonna go also to, oh, wait a second, we do a sudo upgrade. So yeah. Let's see if this one is gonna work. I had to, I made 3 already in the last couple of days that worked fine, and I made also two of them that failed. So there you go. MX Linux I couldn't do like this because it's Debian based and it's a very modified version, so it didn't work. Probably if it was plain Debian it would even work because Debian and Ubuntu are based on each other. That didn't work, and there was and Ubuntu Studio doesn't work also. It's KDE Plasma. And it's a very modified version, and that one doesn't work if you use that as a base. So, but that one I don't even want to use as a base because I want to get rid of that KDE Plasma desktop. That it's a good desktop, or don't get me wrong, but it's too power hungry for my taste. So it uses too much resources, and I'm not so wild of KDE, to be very honest. It's not my cup of tea as a desktop environment. So there you go. That's why I do it like. And it's just also the handiness of just having. And now something goes wrong or I break my system. Then first of all I have MX Linux to fix the grub loader, the bootloader. That worked really well. I've used it by the way yesterday one time. I've tried it. I broke a bootloader with putting the wrong mounting point when I was in Gparted, and could fix it perfectly with that. It worked absolutely fine. It was even on another disk, so I just run it from another little hard disk, an 80 or 80 gigabyte old one I have over here. I had there just MX Linux, and I just used there the grub repair tool, the boot up tool, and it worked absolutely fantastic. You just select that hard drive, fix the bootloader, create the mounting point, and after that it immediately just loaded normal again. So absolutely fantastic. So there you go, there we have everything. Now we're going to do a sudo update again. Okay, now the only thing I still need to have now is the low latency driver. Let me see how you wrote that. Linux, a low latency kernel. That was the one we used for here, for embedded systems. Let me see. Yeah, and then we are running 24.04, that's package. Linux had a low latency image. We go for the image, Linux image, low latency 24.04. Oh, that's the other day I did that also. That's just the name of this. You just need to install this like this. Low latency. Oh. Now this of installing the low latency module, the low latency kernel image over here, this can work, this can also break the system, this. So I don't know how that is set up in LMQT of Lubuntu, but this what I now do over here could in theory break everything this. But you can also do it without doing installing this low latency kernel. And then just when you then install the version you have created, then you can just go into the system, and then there will be there Ubuntu Studio installer, because we installed that before. It will appear over there, and from there you can then, within the new installation of Linuxmint or whatever you created, you can over there then install the low latency driver and even more applications from Ubuntu Studio. So this what I just did is not per definition necessary and could actually brick your system. So not the best thing to do. So let me see, we have now a low latency kernel in there also. We upgraded it. Yeah, what else could I put in there? Let me see. We got LibreOffice, we got everything over there. Audio yeah, we can maybe still do that. Yeah, do Telegram. Let me see if we can do that also. Yeah, with the flat hop thing. So we go here to Telegram and we do then this one over here. Copy text. Okay, so we don't have Flatpak, okay. Oh. So just install Flatpak quickly and then copy that link again. Okay, there we do still sudo update. Okay, there we go. Make sure everything is updated, and then we do a paste text. He doesn't want to do that. Let me see, did I do that correct? Oh no, he doesn't want to do that now. Try this one. And the master is not installed. What did I do wrong here then? Oh, no way, he doesn't want to do that now. He was on the other rigs, he was just doing that perfectly. Okay, there's no master installed. Yeah, on this one he doesn't want to do the flat pack over here. Okay, doesn't matter, maybe we can do it in another way. Okay, we just leave that over there. And what should we do? Brave. So now we're gonna install the Brave browser already. That is pre-installed. So we go to Cubic. I don't do sudo opt. Install. Okay, so maybe this can be that this one already contains this version of Linux already contains a version of Brave. That's why he's doing this. Okay. Instead, well, now we need a sudo update. Yep. Okay, so that worked also. So we have now immediately also the Brave browser installed, which is actually proprietary software. It's one of the only things I now installed which is actually proprietary, but there you go. But like this we have everything a little bit updated basically. Now let's see if this is going to work. Should I still put something else there? Let me see if there's still other things that I forgot to install. Maybe we can do Entangled. We got Darktable, we got Inkscape, we got Krita. So we do Entangled and Krita. What is this? Oh, that's not the way you write that. Entangle. Oh, I made a mistake. I wrote one behind it. Yes. And that's now all gonna come in that installation automatically. So you do this one time. It would be the same time if you would be spending actually setting up your computer. You know, the time I'm now here making this thing. But now afterwards we burn the ISO that you can then burn with a USB creator or Rufus on Windows or UNet bootin. But Rufus on, I recommend Rufus on Windows. You can just install that on a USB pen and boot from there, or on an external hard drive. Or you can the ISO you can directly just burn with Nero or with Bazero or the other Linux burning tools. You can just immediately burn the ISO to a CD. Yes. See if I've actually already LMS. Okay, it's already installed. Okay, so there you go. Let me see. I think we basically have everything now that I would like to have here. Yeah, I'm not going to go for Proton Mail on this one or Proton VPN. We got Audacity also already. We got Corella. All of this stuff should just be there immediately. Jack. We got the Hydrogen. I don't know if that version is in the repository. Yeah. So. Probably not. I don't think that's in the repository. Oh yes, it is. Over here it is. Okay, we do still sudo update. Quickly make sure that everything is updated over here. See if I didn't forgot something that would like to still take over. We just install maybe Mahjong still, just to show to people. We write that like this, right? Mahjong. That's correct. Yeah, that needs to be GNOME. Yes, that's it. Xchat, we could do also. Okay, yeah, I think that's basically it, to be very honest. Maybe we do the cubic there still and the clemtk. Cubic and clemtk antivirus. Okay, cubic is not available, so we go just for clemtk. To scan for viruses on files from Windows or from a pen or something that comes from the Windows computer or Macintosh computer. Burning software, and that will be the last one, folks. And now we will create the image. So last thing we still do is a sudo update. I think we have everything now over here. Okay, we're gonna go to the next. Okay, now it's gonna create the kernel, the low latency kernel. It's gonna wait for a moment. Okay, now it's going to ask here which packages need to be removed for standard or minimum install. You can take yourself your stuff away still that you don't need to, you don't want. You can go through this list. And but you selected already some things over here. I, by the way, forgot to got auto remove. I should actually, in the installation of Cubic before, in the terminal, I should have still done auto remove to remove packages and stuff that is not necessary anymore or that are duplicated. But here, everything that's connected blue is going to remove automatically. So there you go. Just do that, and you can select more stuff if you don't need it within your installation. This you should leave on this setting over here. Because if you put it here on VM Linux ini TRD, you can have that it doesn't boot. So keep it just on this one over here. That's both VM Linux and are the low latency kernel that boot up in the bootstrap. So there you go. I hope it's going to work like this because I haven't tested this version yet. So here we're gonna create compress and create the image. So leave the compression in the middle. You can go for faster compression, but it becomes a lot larger size, or lower, but keep it in the middle just with gzip compression. But you can do higher compression, but slower to do both also in the installation. When the person after that installs it, it slower installs, but it's more compressed, so the file size is smaller. We'll keep it just in the middle with gzip. So there you go. Let's generate it. Okay, now he's gonna copy the boot kernel. Now he's gonna compress it. It's gonna take a little bit, and then we'll test it. So yeah, and what you get then is you get just a very simple way of always recovering or reinstalling. Or if you're in a situation of a university or a school or a business where you need to install in several computers, then you have in one time you have there an installation that has all the files, all the apps, all the stuff. You can even add files in there if you want to. You can just use the command line and even stick files there in the middle. I don't recommend actually doing that, but it is possible to do. You can also change the background pictures of the desktop, and you can even go crazy by creating a custom grub loader, so that the installation process is also with your logo or the logo of the school or the university or the business. If you want to go really wild, there's a little program to modify grub loaders with your own splash screen and stuff like that. It's really cool also to do, but for me that doesn't really interest me. But it's cool that for your school, university, organization or something, they have just even the installer then is with their logos, and desktop is with the logos of the company or of the school or the university or something like that. So that's quite cool. Just let this finish. This takes, the first one, the compressing takes a little bit, but the other ones are really fast. The longest takes to compress the system. The rest is really easy, and then we'll give it a test run in the little virtual box that's inside of Cubic, inside of this program. So hold on just for a little bit. So it's almost done. Now it's generating the custom disk image. It's always very quick also that. So now it's actually writing the ISO. And then it's going to calculate the checksum for the new disk image. So you can do a MD5 checksum, a 256 SH checksum you can include in there for people to, and including the installer also to verify that it's the correct file. It's not modified by hackers or viruses or something like that, spyware or something. So there you go. Always add that to your images when you put them online or you pass them to other people. It's very important that they can see that the file is not tampered with. So that's also almost done. Sorry, it takes a little bit. It's a little bit of a longer process, but I hope it's going to work, because I'm using here a desktop environment that I don't know is going to work with this. Cubic here is already a little bit older. This program is not being maintained anymore, so it can be for newer versions of Linux that needs to be Ubuntu based, or ones that are very modified. It could be that this doesn't work. So now we'll test it and we'll see how it works. Okay, so there it is. Now just enter that. See if that's gonna work. Gonna be a little bit slower because it's in a virtual box. Or do we stay with a blinking error? That's also possible that it's not gonna work. Who knows? Yeah, it is working. Always a little bit slower this because we're running in a virtual box. But when this runs like this, you can be sure you just paste it, put it on a pen with Rufus, or you burn the ISO directly on a DVD. It should just work fine. That it would boot from there, and then always I use the boot menu F11 on many computers. Some computers is escape or delete, but most computers is F11 to go into the boot menu or go in the BIOS and change the boot order, and that should just work. And you can, by the way, in your Rufus you can enable the MD5 checksum. So we checks then for the SHA256 checksum to see if it's not tampered with. So here we go. We just select our language. See if it goes also into the desktop. That would be also really cool. Who knows? So we're in Portugal in this moment. Changing language. I got Ethernet connected, of course. Yeah, it takes always a little bit longer. This is running in a virtual box, so there's a little bit of a lag on the mouse also. Yeah. Hopefully it's not going to crash. No, it's not. Okay, and then try. Okay, so that totally worked. As you can see, we're here now in Lubuntu. There's 3 to upgrade, 7 to install, so very little updates. There's 3 to 7 to upgrade, and 3 to upgrade, 7 to install, so almost no updates. I could have done it even better still, what I was saying before. But yeah, like this is more or less almost no updates. And now if you go over here, now we're running the LMTQT desktop environment, which is very low, just like xfce. It's one of the lowest desktop environments over there. But here you can see now we have now all these programs we have installed already included in it. So Blender, Darktable, Inkscape, Krita, LibreOffice. We got Mahjong, we got LibreOffice, we got Ardour, Audacity, Brasero, Hydrogen, Kdenlive, LMMS. MIXXX, OBS Studio, the latest version, OpenShot Video Editor, the latest version, VLC, Simple Screen Recorder. We have just everything over here now. And if it's good, in accessories, yeah, then if you go over here, you have the audio configuration from Ubuntu Studio, and here's the Ubuntu Studio installer where you can install even more applications and programs come from Ubuntu Studio, including updating or installing the low latency driver. But in this case it is already installed. We're already running here the low latency driver. So there you go. So yeah, that worked also on LXQT desktop. This is Lubuntu that's now running, so very low desktop environment, now running all the apps of Ubuntu Studio. Normally runs KDE Plasma 6.2 with all the apps already pre-installed, and now you can just with the USB creator. Let me see, where is that accessories? Do we have here a USB creator? Yeah, here it is. So you can, with this over here, you can install directly to a USB if you want. So yeah, everything is working, no issue whatsoever. And then if you still need something else, you can go to software sources and still install some other stuff. But here in one go, you basically have just everything in one go. So it's really cool. So we got everything here installed and in one go. So now with Rufus or any USB startup program like Rufus or UNet Bootin or the ones that are here in Linux, you can create a USB pen or install it directly on a hard drive and run it from there, or install it or burn it on an ISO DVD, and you have your own customized Linux installation over here that is installable or portable to take on a pen and just boot from any computer you want in the world with all your applications already pre-installed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Until the next time, stay safe, take care, and down in the comments you can download Linuxmint from my Google Drive, Linuxmint xfce with the low latency driver and all the Ubuntu Studio applications and the Brave browser low latency. You can download from there if you want to try it yourself on a pen or install it on your system. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for another one where I can also gonna place this one on Google Drive for people to download and to play around with. And here you have just everything in one go. You install this on a pen, burn it on a DVD, install it on your hard drive, and you have all the programs ready to go for music production, video editing, and photography and photo editing and manipulation. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, take care. I'll catch you in the next one.